Well, hello, welcome to the Friday Film, and I'm joined this week by Deb.
Hi.
Hi, it's Deb. Hi there. And the Friday films are a bit random at the moment, aren't they? You don't know, you never watch them, do you?
No.
No, I never watch them either. Although I do have to watch them because I edit them.
Oh.
But I'm bored because I already had the conversation. It's like revisiting conversations.
Okay.
Yeah. Just going to check it's working. Seems to be.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah. So what I've done a few episodes back, because there's episodes, is we talked a bit about one of the church things which was around, I can't remember now, the church kind of phrase is around belonging, service and inspiration. And I thought it'd be nice to talk to you because although Northern Star isn't part of the church, it's part of the life here, of which the church is. And the church kind of started off, and it's also the Northern Star's anniversary year, isn't it?
Yes, 20 years.
20 years! You don't look old enough.
Thanks. You're a liar.
Yeah, stare at me then, can't I? Anyway, so can you remember when Northern Star started all those years back?
I remember it like yesterday. I even remember handing in my application form.
Do you?
And you weren't here. And
Who was here?
Lynn, with the drop-in.
Oh, yeah.
And she took it off me. I didn't know who she was. She said, I'll make sure he gets it. And I didn't know whether she would or she wouldn't hand it in. She was just wondering about the building. And obviously she did. And then when I started, there was a bit of a hold up with red tape. So I just used to come in and hang around the building before I actually started my job and go to lunch club and
all the old stuff, wasn't it?
I had a meeting with Dorothy about bookkeeping and Beverly. No, was it Beverly? She ran lunch club as well. B.
There was a lady called Ruth used to run the lunch club. Oh, Dot Bevan. Dot and Arthur Bevan. Is it? The Bev. That's what we got.
Might be.
Could have been, yeah. They used to run. And Joan Bevan.
Yeah.
No relation. Yeah.
So I sort of had little meetings with all of those people.
Yeah. Before
I actually started my job. And then I came to the church service and introduced myself to everybody.
That was pretty scary, wasn't it?
Terrified.
Yeah, I can imagine. I'm terrified every week.
Yeah, I was shaking up.
Yeah.
And I had to do a little speech.
About who you are and what you did and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
How exciting.
Yeah, and then I started my job.
Because at that point you were working for the community centre, weren't you? Had Northern Star started?
Northern Star had started, but it wasn't big enough. So I was helping develop it with Pete. So there was 50% of my hat was centre manager and 50% of my other hat was
the same hat, not
the
different
same
hats.
hat. Yeah,
you didn't have two hats
no,
at 50% each.
No, 50% of one.
Okay.
And 50% was Northern Star, but then Northern Star developed, so the centre manager post went
and the
to somebody else.
centre developed as well, didn't it?
Yeah,
so.
Very much so.
You forget how much we've changed, don't you? In those days, with the grotty roof and the
wet floors.
The rooms were a
cardboard.
state, weren't they? Just piled high with stuff and.
Part of your opening up in the morning was laying new cardboard all down the corridor and mopping up.
Yeah.
Honestly, the carers were here at the time in this room.
They were good, weren't they? I loved the
carers. This was their office, was it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
And I'd mopped up, and we've got a very vulnerable group coming in, so I'm making sure it was really, really clear of all the wet. I went running into the kitchen and actually fell over myself on the drips.
In a comedy
sort of way. And there used to be a great big steel piece
of
equipment where the mugs
steel
went
cupboard,
into. Yeah. And I fell and got my leg stuck underneath there, and I was just lying there. And this woman came in and she went, "Carers?" I went, "That way." And she went, "Thank you," and just left me.
That's good.
I know. Yeah. That's funny.
So we've seen a lot of groups, haven't we, in the building? I mean, you think of the carers and the drop-in. There used to be a drop-in there every day, didn't there? The social services, the mental health one. And as that got whittled down, we
took it on.
We took things on, didn't we?
Yeah.
And it's been...
Help support them, and now Northern Star actually run it.
Yeah. carers and the lunch club. They'd come in at 9, put the Brussels sprouts on to boil, wouldn't they?
All day, yeah. But
It'd take them. Well, they'd come in the day before and peel spuds, and then they'd come in on the morning, put everything on, and then sit around for 2 hours. It's like, why don't you just come in at 11?
Oh, it was great.
It was good. I used to love that. And it was proper old people's food, wasn't it? Like cottage pie or gammon or something.
Yeah. Oh, there was a nice surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what happened with Northern Star then? How have you seen that develop? Because from the church's point of view, when we first started Northern Star, it was meant to be. You can tell me whether it still is a celebratory group, wasn't it? It was like, here's our community. Not everything's great, but we are. So we want to do stuff.
I think it's still the same ethos.
So what did you used to do back then? Because I can't. I don't know if I can remember. We used to do kids stuff. Didn't we?
Lots of kids stuff.
Yeah.
So it was very arts and crafts based, wasn't it? So there was kids after school club, drama started. Well, someone came in and wanted to set up a drama group, and we did all the legwork, and then they disappeared and never came to it. So me and Pete did it. Then we got commissioned by the school.
Oh, yes.
It's now John Henry Newman. It was Archbishop Grimshaw, and we joined their department, their drama department. I was on their board.
I remember that,
and so we got more funding for drama, which really pushed that. So
and we did stuff with
children's
services as well, didn't we? We had some work for them.
Yeah, we used to do the Arts Out.
Arts Out.
All through the summer.
Yeah.
Oh gosh,
we invented free range play schemes, didn't we? And then other people took them on, so we stopped doing it.
Yeah, we just set up.
Yeah, we'd just turn up at the park, wouldn't we? And often we'd have an artist in, because we had people who we still linked, people like Sally, who still comes in occasionally, isn't she? And they would just come in and we just offer these fantastic artists.
And we did face painting.
Yeah.
A whole little tribe of face painters while they were doing the art stuff. And then we'd pack up and go to another park in the afternoon.
Yeah. Wasn't that fun?
Oh, it was. Summers were great.
And it was very good in terms of risk assessment and stuff. It didn't matter. No one's going to fall off a chair because we weren't in the building. Well, of course we cared.
Yeah. No, we did. Really.
But it didn't matter. Yeah, blame the parents over there.
Yeah, well, that was it. Yeah, but we had so many little kids that just followed us round.
Yeah, it's good.
Modern day orphans, really, just left out all day and followed us round and had a great time. It was good.
And it's something that the community still does. I'm not saying it's down to us, but like MAPA are carrying on that tradition, aren't they? They're just there, and the kids can just go and get support and find a place. It's great that our community has been able to do things like that.
It's how saplings developed as well, though, wasn't it? The council set up the service here.
Yeah.
And then dropped it like a hot brick, and we took on.
I think the big word for that is resilience, isn't it? That this is somewhere we want, so we're going to keep doing it.
Yeah.
Which is we've been as a community good at, and I think because we've had lots of great people, or still have, involved, they go, well, we're not letting this go.
Plus, so many people on the board of the church, Northern Star, so that was really good as well. So they supported that in not letting anything go. If we didn't have the money, the church helped us out.
Yeah.
It was a real partnership, and still is, I think.
Yeah. Well, I think we've kind of grown a family of organisations, because you've got Three Trees and the church and Northern Star, and then you've got people at On Trade and Inclusive Sports and Black Train. You've got quite a few groups now that between us we can do far more, and if one of us is struggling a bit, the other one will say, well, I've got a resource, or I'll get some support, or they just say, we'll just join in. It's great.
Yeah.
So what do you do now then? Because I think Northern Star is quite unique in terms of community organisations, because it doesn't. I think one of the things that's special about it, other than the staff and volunteers, obviously, one of the things that's special about Northern Star, I think, is that it does what it wants. It's not driven by agendas, and it's not driven by funding either. It's got such a reputation now. It says, this is what we want. We're going to get the resources, and we're going to do it. And that's very unusual, isn't it?
That's exactly what we try to do. Someone's got an idea, we run with it.
Yeah.
Or if someone comes in and wants to set something up, we help them. We usually end up doing it because they disappear. They have a lot of people love the idea of something, but can't actually manage to do it. So
and that's right, isn't it?
Them.
Yeah, because some people are good at ideas and not good at delivering. Other people, if you say do something, they don't know what to do, but you say here's the plan, and they can make it happen really well. So
and we're good at getting funding in.
Yeah.
And we've got support of this building.
But your board and you and Helen and the volunteers, I think between you've got a mix of people that can come up with the ideas, can develop the ideas, and can sustain the ideas.
We've got a good board.
You've got a
very active
going,
board, and I can go to any one of them and ask anything.
Yeah.
And Maxine has been on the board since day one. She was one of the original people.
Yeah.
And she's a church member in the church.
Yeah.
And she's very supportive. It's great.
But I think from a faith point of view, and we're very clear that Northern Star is not faith-based, because we don't want anyone to feel, that it's only for faith-type stuff. And I'm not directly involved with Northern Star anyway, because I tend to do more support with Three Trees. But one of the things the things I love about Northern Star is that it is a joyful.
It still has kingdom
organisation, yeah, and I think it is what's good and right and what enhances life. And it's not chasing contracts, which some organisations have to survive. It's like we value our community, and we value the people who are involved, and we do stuff that helps them.
Yeah.
And however, like this morning, there was a group in there. There wasn't many, but they were just playing board games and chatting. No one's hardly anyone's gonna fund that. But you know how important it is, don't you, for these people to meet? And it's not that they're particularly needy.
Oh no.
It's just that they're people, and people need people, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think are some of the best things you do now? Then what do you love? I'm not asking for your favourites, because that will upset the ones that aren't your favourites. But
I think we really enjoy running the community well stuff.
Yeah.
So
that's a partnership with Three Trees, isn't it? About delivering wellbeing activities.
And I like most of those activities. In fact, all of them are great. And but I think, I don't know, I like all of it. I just love coming into work every day and accommodating people for one way or another.
Yeah.
There's stuff I miss, which is musicology and storyology, and we're putting a bid in together now to try and bring that back.
So what were they? I know, obviously. That's an interview technique.
It was born out of an award we got.
Oh yes, you're award-winning. Yes. Isn't Northern Star an award-winning
organisation for the NHS? Yes. We worked with speech and language, cellular speech and language, on a project to try and get communication levels up. So I did the total communication training to level 2, and worked with speech and language on a storytelling project where they had a baseline of communication, and we tried to develop speech and language within adults with learning disabilities.
Yeah.
And it was so successful, there was a medical paper published about it. So after we moved on and storyology became a thing that we did, and then we introduced musicology as well. So it's the same thing but using music.
Yeah.
And they were both so successful. We used to get, before COVID, we'd get up to 40 people in that room that had come and visit.
It would be great. The thing I love about that isn't that it's award-winning, or that, it achieves these targets in terms of people's community. I just loved the joy of it.
And me.
Because you went in the room,
yeah,
and there's this bunch of people, and they were having such a good time. Because sometimes people are particularly people that need sort of support. They're that, we must do this, now we're going to go shopping, now we're going to watch the telly for the afternoon. And I know we all need to do that kind of stuff. But that was just, it was just such a natural, joyful thing. Yeah,
it was beautiful.
Yeah.
So we're going to do it again.
Good.
Because I miss it.
storyology, musicology. Is there another ology you think you could do?
No.
No, we'll come up with one. There must be one.
Yeah, we'll think.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Deb. I mean, we could
you.
chat endlessly. We normally do, and beats working for a living. No.
Drink lots of tea and coffee.
Yeah. But I want to say on behalf of the church that the Northern Star is a joy. It's a real blessing to us.
Thank you.
And I know it's not meant to be, but we just love and what you and Helen bring. I think partly it's because of who you are as well. You're a joy to us.
Don't you make me cry?
I know, I'm going to make you cry.
Yeah.
But you are, because
you.
there's lots of great voluntary groups. And people come and go, don't they? But you've stuck with it through thick and thin, and even when it couldn't pay you and this kind of stuff, and you've never let it go. It's really, it's in religious jargon, it's become your ministry, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And that shows in the care you have for people and the way that it just functions as it's a family, isn't it? It's not really a charitable organisation and a company limited by guarantee.
No.
It's a family, and that's the beauty of it. And you can't manufacture that. You look at organisations that kind of upgrade and they start becoming something else. Which again, that sounds like I'm being critical. I'm not. Sometimes organisations need to develop, but Northern Star's managed to survive and keep its kind of family feel to it, and that's been a real beauty, and it fits perfect. Well, it doesn't fit with Three Trees. It's helped make Three Trees what it is.
It has.
So,
and I appreciate Three Trees and the church very much.
Yeah,
so.
it's a lovely relationship,
Yeah.
isn't it? And that's something special. I think that as a church we don't. I think we do know it, but we don't mention it. That there's something here that is very unusual in terms of the way the church and the community centre and Northern Star particularly work, that you can't, again, I think it's because it's grown, hasn't it? It's been a very organic thing, and some things have come out of the church and become independent, and some things the church do, and other groups have come in. I think some of the groups that we're partners with now that have come in, that there's something about that relationship, isn't there? It's not just they rent a room.
Yeah, absolutely. And things like the toy service, where we all come together.
Yeah.
I love that celebration as well. It's showing the church that we're still there, we're still here, we're still doing everything they wanted us to do in the beginning.
And it's great, yeah. And seeing the kids doing their thing is fun.
And the Ukes, come on.
Yeah, they're not bad.
They're amazing.
They'll get there. Keep practicing. Yeah. So yeah, thanks. You are a blessing, I say, to us, and we love that it's part of the life here, and all the years that you've the 20 years. It's great that it's just thrived, doesn't it? It's evolved and changed and thrived, and it's been a joy. Thanks,
Thank you.
Deb.
It has.
So that's today's Friday film. What do you think?
It was alright.
You're going to watch it?
Yeah.
I probably won't.
I will.
See you next week.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Oh, should we wave?
Yeah.
There should be some credits now. Bye.
Thanks. Is there credit?
No.
Oh. Is there going to be any outtakes?
Yeah, no, we'll leave this bit on now.
Okay.